Make sure you guys smash that subscribe button if you guys are fans of the content being posted onto this channel to always be in the loop with more content similar to this, and be sure to hit the video up with a like if you're enjoying the content. And with that being said, let's begin. With Halloween Kills having to loom around the corner, scheduled to be released this October, there is much excitement surrounding the overall film, as many fans within the overall fandom want to see Michael Myers get payback on Laurie Strode, Karen, and Allison following the events of Halloween 2018, and courtesy of ScreenRant.com, there was an article published that basically alludes to the idea that we are going to see major flashbacks in this movie that is going to play a pivotal role in Michael's development. Now, as according to the article went along to state, and I quote, "Additional leaked photos of Haddonfield Memorial, the hospital that served as the main location for the first sequel, also gave strong indication where part of the narrative might head. Around the same period, behind-the-scenes shot leaked of an actor wearing the original Myers costume. When more photos appeared featuring a child actor wearing similar clothes to Lonnie, another character from the 1978 film, rumors of a flashback began to take shape. Blumhouse has already verified returning actors from the 1978 film. They include Kyle Richards, Lindsay, Charles Cyphers, and Nancy Stevens. With Anthony Michael Hall, who is stepping into the role of Tommy, it appears that they are going the extra mile to honor the original classic. Social media has also played a part in revealing some of the most interesting casting decisions in the next film, including a new actor portraying 21-year-old Michael. Last November, stuntman Aaron Armstrong confirmed on his Instagram account that he would be the newest performer to wear the iconic mask. Now, what's most interesting to dissect from this is the fact that we are going to see some of the events play out from the original 1978 movie, which I'm really hoping that we get to see extra scenes, or at least extra material be shown to us, in the fact that it gets to show us more of how Michael was caught and what really happened on that evening that affected not only the entire neighborhood, but Lindsay, Tommy, Laurie, and everyone that was a part of Michael's killing spree in 1978. Now, Halloween Kills is supposed to be one of the most violent movies within the franchise, and this is the perfect opportunity, as I've stated many times before, to have Michael Myers be the one to completely eviscerate our heroes and our protagonists, just because Michael needs to be built up as this seemingly unstoppable monster, and given that he's been through so much in Halloween 2018, it's time for him to get some payback. And I think that by going back and executing the way the shape was in the original 1978 movie, would that only be the overall best direction for the character? Because since we're going to be getting these flashbacks, I'm only assuming that it's going to be told through the perspective of Tommy and Lindsay, having them basically recap their points of views of what happened on that evening, with Michael going around basically killing everybody in both of their homes. Now, in terms of the element of Michael Myers still being a super-powered, supernatural kind of entity, on ScreenRant.com, there was another interesting article posted, to which it reads, and I quote, "While Halloween 2018 is by no means a bad film, and is in fact one of the best entries into the franchise to date, it's definitely not perfect. That exemplified by the nonsensical twist involving Dr. Sartain's partway through the film, in which he turns evil. Michael dispatches him shortly after stomping on his head and crushing it like a grape in one blow. It's a really cool, gory kill, but Michael is canonically in his 60s at this point, and even if he was younger, the amount of strength and force needed to explode a man's head like a watermelon getting hit by a sledgehammer with only a single stomp would be insane. It's hard to imagine a non-supernatural killer being able to do that. As for taking damage, while Michael Myers getting up from 6 gunshots and a fall off a balcony at the end of Carpenter's Halloween certainly strained credibility as far as what a human being could survive, the end of Halloween 2018 takes that to the next level. Laurie Strode inflicts a heaping helping of damage on Michael during their final battle, even cutting off his fingers. Michael is then shot in the face by Laurie's daughter Karen and trapped inside of Laurie's burning basement, yet preview footage from this fall's Halloween Kills shows Michael busting out of Laurie's burning house using nothing but brute force, which really isn't the case because we know that Michael Myers is going to be using somewhat of a weapon to break out, but the question is, where does Michael go from here? And I think that a lot of fans within the community want to see a more vicious, a more violent, and a more sadistic Michael than we've ever seen before. And to its credit, what we also want to see is Michael fully be able to be utilized within the shadows more in this film than how we've seen go down in Halloween 2018. Now, with Halloween Kills having to portray this narrative of there being flashbacks and for Michael to have this supernatural power given the fact that he is in his 60s and he's able to endure and survive so much, the question here is, will we be seeing a supernatural kind of superpowered like Michael Myers that we've seen be done in the past, to where he's able to endure so much and isn't killable? Or by the end of all of this, are we bound to see a more humanized Michael Myers than how we've seen in the previous installments, to where Michael can be broken down, but it's not going to be easy? And with that being said, given the fact that we are going to have a flashback of young Michael Myers, I think a lot of people want to see a different perspective of Michael's point of view of what he was doing on that night, outside of just hunting down, or at least attempting to hunt down, Laurie Strode, Lindsay, and Tommy. I think that a lot of people want to see what Michael had been doing leading up until that point, but more importantly, what happened after his inevitable capture. Like, how did they capture him if Laurie Strode and Dr. Loomis looked on over and Michael was gone after he fell from the balcony? Now, one of the best case scenarios that I believe would follow in this film is to have something be done with Dr. Loomis. Even though Donald Pleasance is no longer with us, it's going to be incredibly hard to actually capture the magic that Donald had in the original Halloween movie. However, with that being said, in Halloween 2018, we had an audio snippet of that, of Dr. Loomis basically talking about Michael Myers as a patient and shedding more light that Michael Myers just needs to be destroyed. So I think that with this flashback, what they need to desperately do is shed more light on Dr. Loomis and what really happened with him, because a lot of people do want to find out what Dr. Loomis's conclusion was, even though by the end we found out that he wanted Michael destroyed. I think by shedding a bit more light in having us go back to those moments when Dr. Loomis was trying to capture and allow Michael Myers to stop what he was doing, I think that would be a great fit in this film, because here we have a really assumingly pissed off Michael Myers that just came bursting out of Laurie's basement, and the first thing on his mind is going to be him wanting to get his hands on Laurie and her family, and then completely dismantling all of them for what they did. And I don't think that Michael Myers had forgotten Laurie, but I think that if anything now, he definitely remembers her for what she did, especially after the troublesome events following 1978, which could ultimately be a good thing by having these flashbacks. But in terms of having Michael be supernatural, then it becomes kind of predictable if he's able to endure and survive so much, because remember, this is a different Halloween take than John Carpenter's original franchise going into Halloween 2, Halloween 4, Halloween 5, 6, etc., because Michael Myers is no longer the same. This is a more humanized and more grounded Michael than how we've seen be done before, and I think it's most interesting to see what they're going to do with this character, because they could ultimately make Michael Myers really stand out and really shine in this movie by having him be an absolute monster, or they could completely ruin the character by having him be a Mary Sue and take everybody out without there having to be any sort of repercussions onto the overall villain himself, which again is subjective in its overall nature, but Halloween Kills does promise to offer one of the most gruesome and barbaric Halloween films within its overall franchise. But by the end of all of this, I want to get your thoughts in the comment section below about 3 specific things. Number 1, what would you guys like to see in this flashback for Halloween Kills? Number 2, do you guys believe that Michael Myers should eviscerate nearly everybody in this movie, including Lindsay and Tommy, to prove his dominance going into Halloween Ends? And number 3, what do you think is the absolute best case and worst case scenarios for Halloween Kills? Because there is so much potential and so much riding on the line here that this could be a make or break moment, and I don't think that Halloween Kills is really going to let anyone down, especially considering the fact that the term Halloween Kills isn't just with Michael Myers, it's the overall season, right? Halloween itself could end up being deadly and kill when looking at it from a metaphorical standpoint, right? It's not just the boogeyman, it's what it represents. And essentially enough, when it ties in, Michael does represent Halloween, and it's a fitting end. So I want to get your thoughts and feedback as to your thoughts on the overall supernatural kind of essence that they're trying to go with here, and the fact that he's very durable and able to survive so much, and just your overall thoughts and feedback as to what you guys want to see in the future. And again, thank you all so much for watching. If of course you guys are new to this channel, then be sure to go on ahead and smash that that subscribe button and turn on all notifications by clicking on the bell icon to never miss a single upload. Give this video a big thumbs up by slapping that like button down below if you guys are simply stoked, ready, and excited to see what's about to happen and go down in Halloween Kills. Tune back in for the next video. I cannot wait for this movie because I'm a huge fan of Halloween. I just really hope that in this installment, in this version of Halloween Kills, they do it right and they do it better than how they've done before. So thank you all for watching once again, and I'll be seeing you all down in the comment section below. Take it easy, guys, and have a great day. Peace.